is October, the greatest sports month of the year, and this is episode 250. Hey, everybody, woo! 250 episodes. Congratulations, crew. Welcome inside the South Point Hotel and Casino here in Las Vegas. The show is called Punchlines. It's a mix of, sports, comedy, some conversation, some gambling advice. I'm Frank Nicotero, longtime comedian, lifelong sports fan. And today's show, we are hyped up for episode 250. And it's weird because right before the show, I gave the exact same speech that Penei Sewell gave to the Lions last night.
Opportunity of a lifetime. Ever since you was a little kid, you waited for this moment. Hey, we this go off today. Put your body on the line for each and one of your brothers today. We running through a motherfucking today. You hear me?
See him spitting everywhere.
Spitting everywhere.
Feel me? 1 on 3.
I feel you.
1, 2, 3.
Wait.
That's exactly how I did. That's how we're all pumped up. See? And everyone's pumped up. I took the face paint off. Former number one pick, Lions, looking good. Looked pretty good last night. All right. Behind the glass. This is a new intro system. I've gotten rid of the B. I've gotten rid of the he's like. Behind the gas. What? Behind the glass. He makes me happy. Like hearing the good news that Major League Baseball players will wear uniforms of the team they play for in next summer's All-Star Game. It's our producer, Ryan McCormick. Hey, Ryan.
Woo! Maybe.
Ryan, what's on the
now we're
lineup?
crooked.
What
Oh,
happened?
my goodness. Now we're seeing.
We're a little what?
Dutch.
Dutch? Oh, the angle.
Yeah.
Was it
Maybe.
crooked? There we go. Whoa, we're shooting them up.
Yeah. Now we're.
By the way, yesterday was National Orange Shirt Day, so I'm a
now
day
we're
late.
crooked the other way. Oh,
But I
my
bought
goodness.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 1. It's
Maybe.
episode 250. We'll work out the
Better.
kinks. Anyway,
And still too
Ryan's
much
got a big
headroom.
lineup
My
for us there.
goodness.
Okay, we're going to get him on
How
camera
did
any
this get
second
messed
now.
up?
I have no idea.
Should I introduce our co-host or should we wait?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, let's introduce
Okay.
That's what I'm
Ladies
here
and
for.
gentlemen, the voice of UNLV Rebels football. He has yet to call a game where the team is lost. They'll be playing this Friday right down the street. 30,000 people may be expected.
Hopefully.
Matt Neverett is here, ladies.
Yeah.
Over
Thank you.
30.
Thank you. Hey, and I'm also here, as is usual, to cover for Ryan's missteps. So,
Yes.
that's
thank you,
why
man.
I'm here. That's why they paid me the big
Technical
bucks.
issue.
Yeah.
We got Ryan back. Anyway, the team is looking good.
They are.
The whole Saluka thing. Now, you had your coach's show that you do on Wednesdays
Yep.
at Parkway Tavern, right?
Yep, that was a fun one.
Where a lot, that's all people wanted to talk about, probably.
Basically, yeah. Kind of just let Coach Barry Odom say what he wanted to say in a statement at the beginning, and then
Right.
we moved on, and it was good. We got lucky the couple of weeks prior when all the conference realignment news came out,
Right.
Because it came out a couple of hours after we got off the air from that coach's show, and then they had a bye the next week, so we didn't have to talk about it. So we got out of having to talk conference realignment at all. So that's our penance right
Well,
there.
I believe Kenny White, who's co-hosting with his daughter Alex White, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Sports by the Book in the morning at 9.
Yeah.
He mentioned, you know what? I don't think he changed the number that much in his system with UNLV. He said, back up, and look what happened.
Yeah, I don't think people outside the facility knew just how close the quarterback competition
Right.
was in fall camp. Haj Malik Williams was the best newcomer in football all of last week. He was tremendous. And, business as usual was kind of the theme going in, and I think I called the first touchdown with that. Yeah, business as usual. And then there was another touchdown, and then another touchdown, and it was a 59-14 final. They kicked the crap out of Fresno State.
I have 3 teams set for alerts on my phone.
Yeah.
I have Pitt, I have UCLA, and I now have UNLV. And it just kept going, alert. Pitt was off, alert. But are you having fun doing the games?
Oh, it's a lot of fun, especially, I love the games at Allegiant. They're a lot of fun. We're going to have another one coming up before 2 road trips. I love the travel, too, coming from the baseball world.
Right.
Although the trips are a lot shorter. We usually get there the afternoon before the game. They play the game, and then we get the hell out of there. We're on the plane within an hour of the game ending.
What are your 2 road trips coming up?
Some scenic destinations,
Okay.
a real who's who of Mountain West travel. We're going to Logan, Utah next week to take on
Logan,
Utah State. And
okay.
then, get ready for this one, Corvallis, Oregon, baby.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oregon State, yep. And then we play, and then the homecoming game the next week is against Boise State, and then the next road trip after that might be the best one in the country. We go to Hawaii.
Oh,
Yeah,
you get to go to Hawaii
in November.
Wow,
It's gonna be
very
great.
nice.
I'm excited.
Very nice.
Only reason I took the job.
All right, we're very happy for you. Very happy. That's awesome. Ryan, do you have a rundown for today, or should we move on?
There he is.
We got a lot of
I'm
stuff.
here.
There's Ryan.
just have to wait and see, I guess.
We'll have to wait and see. We got a lot coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start with, we're going to go with our comedy clip of the day. Ryan sent it this morning to me, and we showed this guy last week.
It might have been when they beat the Niners, so 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so this guy's, he's a big Vikings fan. And he celebrates he's kind of stealing the Bills thing with breaking the table.
Yeah.
But he has a little twist on it. There's a dog involved. This is without a doubt, the comedy clip of the day. So here we go. He's in a tree.
Like Tarzan.
He's got a case of beer on his head. He chugs a little more. And table.
Oh my God.
But the table doesn't even break.
No.
And then the hound goes crazy.
There's so much wrong with that clip.
I know.
I think the only thing that's right is Rolling Rock. I miss a good Rolling Rock out here on the West Coast.
I'll tell you what, and it hurt because I landed where, I gave up my identity.
That guy
I'm
looks
Rolling Rock, man.
a little tall, Frank. Come on.
Oh, come on. That guy's falling out of a tree. You can't tell. Anyway, a very funny clip.
At least the Bills fans seem kind of normal when they do it somehow.
They also break the table usually.
Yeah, usually they accomplish the task.
Maybe he didn't want to break the table, superstition, because they keep winning.
Maybe.
Well,
I don't know.
And then when they
Broke
lose,
it
he
2
breaks the
weeks ago.
table. I mean, the Bills break tables, and they're doing all right.
They didn't on Sunday night, they didn't look so hot, huh?
Yeah, first time for
Let's
everything.
talk the whole show like this. Huh?
I like it.
Days
of wines, guy.
Hey, see? All right, and also we want to talk about a little baseball. Now, yesterday, if you were watching the show, Brant Tobler was here. While we were doing his interview, the game 1 of Atlanta and the Mets were on. And every time I look up, the score was changing towards the end of the game. It was kind of like, you know what I'll compare it to? The Bama-Georgia game on Saturday.
Yeah.
It was like back and forth, home runs. I look up. Ryan stopped the show at one point. I'm like, oh, we're offline. He's like, no, the Mets have retaken the lead. So some cool celebrations from the Mets and the Braves, right?
Yep.
All right, so let's roll
Yeah, a
this.
little combo silly.
Cool celebrations, both in the same town, which will never happen
in the same stadium.
ever again. Yeah, that could
Players
never.
went and met up at home plate.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder what was going on there. So anyway, all right, roll it. Let's see it. So this is the Mets. Kind of a cool angle. Got to give social media credit here.
Ooh.
Going kind of with the high up angle.
I like.
Now here's the thing about this.
It got me.
Got me.
And then we're going to
Got
transition
me!
into the Braves
beat
clubhouse.
Congratulations, boys. Don't ever take this.
Someone
Mr.
had
Talking
Sneaker
Tom.
listed as the worst manager in Major League Baseball. I don't. Something we showed once. Was that here, or did we just talk about it?
Because they lost a couple games.
Possibly. He looks like a dork though right now, but here we go. Now, Matt.
Goggles, but he didn't put them
Right, he didn't put them on. Exactly.
There we go.
And
There we
he
go. Right in the
struggles to
middle.
put 'em on, yeah.
Well, now the funny thing is oh, okay, Ryan. So here they are,
So yeah,
right?
this is the Mets at the mound in the infield while the Braves celebrate in their clubhouse.
What a
so
weird-
both teams celebrating in the same stadium. The opposing team celebrating on the field, taking photos in their rival stadium.
What a
Just
weird
funny
day.
Now, see,
situation.
I would have thought that they hate each other, right? The same division. You want to knock them out, but
Yeah.
it seemed like they're like, well, no one wants Arizona in there, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like, if the NL East can't make it, nobody can.
Right? It's
Yeah.
like they're like, yeah, NL East, brother.
Yeah.
Let's go get it. I don't understand it, but Arizona, who did not make the playoffs, there was a thing of their social media team watching the game in the stadium, waiting.
Yeah.
and just
They were tweeting single emojis when things would happen. Like when
really?
it would be just like a smiley face and then a frowny face and then a happy face and then a like crying face, like in individual tweets. Diamondbacks led Major League Baseball in runs scored this year.
Get out of my brain. Since
Yep.
the 2011 Boston Red Sox.
Wow.
I was just going to say a little trivia for you. Matt Neverett's on it. They
Well,
led
I've
the
got-
league in runs, but didn't make the playoffs.
When was the last time that the two teams that played in the World Series didn't make the playoffs the next year?
Well, let's start at 1903.
You don't have to go back that far.
1904, there was no World Series. John McGraw didn't want to play the national.
You don't have to go back that far.
1905.
Maybe like 100 years after that.
2000, White Sox and Astros?
No, 2007, it was the Cardinals and the Tigers in the playoffs, and then 08, neither of them made it.
Wow.
Or not playoffs, the World Series.
The World
yeah.
Series. Wow. Anyway, yeah, Arizona sits at home, which Dodger fans are very happy. And no one wants to see Arizona in there. You had your shot last year.
Yeah, exactly.
Although, here's the thing for me. I hate the Braves and the Mets. For some reason, which I mentioned in the question at the top of the show, which we'll get to, I don't hate the Mets as much as I used to because they're not in our division anymore. But I'll forever hate the Atlanta Braves for Francisco Cabrera and Sid Bream. We don't need to say any more about them.
That's fair.
Shut up, Keith Lyle.
That was also their opponent in the Jerry Mills game that screwed that whole 2011 season over. 2012
McCutcheon, Daniel
rather.
McCutcheon,
Yep.
and the fort behind the plate.
Mike
We've talked
McHenry,
about
yep.
this before. We'll move on.
Yep.
Vikings beer guy, we did. Roll call. Let's check out roll call. Let's see who's in the Punchlines chat room. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching the show and you are not yet subscribing to our channel, please click subscribe. And within 5 minutes after that, you can be in the chat room as well. So the question I had up there, unfortunately, Pete Rose passed away yesterday at 83 right here in Las Vegas. When I was a kid, didn't like Pete Rose. Hated him. But as I got older, I realized, okay, he's like one of the best hitters of all time. I grew to love Pete Rose, and I had a lot of his cards, and I know they're safely tucked away somewhere. I won't disclose their location, but that's weird. But anyway, I ended up liking Pete Rose. So the question was, who's someone you weren't a big fan of but grew to love him? Let's see here. Keith Lyle, Tim Tebow. He isn't a bad guy. Jerry took it to not an athlete thing, but Tom Holland.
Of course.
So he went with a Spider-Man thing. Ryan, Kobe Bryant. You were not a Kobe Bryant at first?
Yeah, no, I did not like Kobe at first.
But you grew and said, all right, he's amazing.
Well, yeah, once I got
Understand the legacy.
understanding basketball and
That's exactly right.
kind of getting into the rivalries. I mean, it took me to get into high school to finally appreciate Kobe. I think I'm starting to get there with LeBron. But yeah, Kobe was there. Yadier Molina, Cubs Cardinals rivalry.
I get.
Yeah, I
fair.
didn't like.
And he was just so good. Again, the players that you hate, there's a reason. They're really good,
Yeah.
and they beat your team. Who hates Clayton Kershaw?
Fans of other teams.
Yeah, I didn't.
You
he
only
was
hate
so
players
dominant that I didn't.
The only time that you hate players that suck is when they're on your own team.
Of course.
And then and anyone that you hate that's on different teams, it's because they beat you.
Yeah.
All right, I see what you put in there. Explain.
Yes. A kind of now that I think about it, more of a tandem answer is the Manning brothers. I put Peyton in there. Hated Eli as a Patriots fan.
Oh, yes.
I didn't like Peyton Manning, but the Patriots would always beat them growing up, so that was fine.
Peyton is one of the people that I still don't like.
See,
You
I
don't like
I think they're
Peyton?
hilarious.
he's
I think
so
both of the
annoying.
Manning brothers are so funny.
I do love the Manning cast.
I love the Manning cast, especially
don't.
now that they have Belichick.
You hate it.
I hate it.
I think
I
they're
just want to
funny.
watch the football game.
Some of
I don't need to
the
listen to all
feature
the BS
content
that
that
they
they
talk
do
about.
is really funny. I like the Omaha production stuff.
Yep.
I watched the one the other day. I'd seen it before, but of Eli going undercover at a Penn State
Yep.
walk-on
Power.
tryout.
What's the name?
Yeah.
Something
Chad
like-
Powers.
Chad
Yeah.
Powers.
And then James Franklin goes, "Yeah, one of you is ineligible,ble," and everyone's looking around, and he stands up and just starts like peeling the face
Yeah.
off. I think I'd be terrified.
That's very. I also like the musical. They did like a 10-minute musical
Did they?
for the Manning cast. Oh my God! If you haven't seen it on YouTube, every big name is in it. Just check it out. After
Like the
show.
Super Bowl shuffle, but worse.
Andrew Binder. Backwards response. Loved A-Rod in Seattle as a rookie. Grew to truly hate him before he left Seattle and still can't stand him. A-Fraud is a bum. Not a lot of people say bum.
He's a bum.
He's a bum! Except for that guy who heckles everybody. You're a bum!
Yeah, you
Who, Bob
bum.
Zaney?
No. No. You know the guy I'm talking
No,
about.
yeah, there's a Giants fan.
The
sits in
Giants guy.
outfield. Yeah,
You bum.
Yeah.
He's almost as good as how you doing. I know, he's not as good. You love the how you doing guy. Happy Wild Card Day, says JR.
Yeah.
Jerry Trevino says Mike 3. Oh.
He's producing from the basement. He's producing from afar.
Bob Probert and Dennis Rodman. Yeah, Rodman, I can see that.
Someone else said Rodman.
And
Dan
Keith
said
Lyle
Rodman.
didn't like Dale Murphy or Jack Clark. I feel differently now. Jack Clark, the second best celebrity ever born in New Brighton, Pennsylvania. I would be number one.
Of course. Just like Denora, right?
Right, with Stan Musial.
Oh, damn it.
Sam Musial's back, and Ken Griffey, both from Denora. All right, moving on from roll call.
we
Let's
also
go
had-
to
We also had Vince say Derek Jeter,
Oh, I missed one.
who is another one that I don't
I
like.
still hate Derek Jeter, yeah.
You know, and then people say, "Oh, he's overrated," and all that. He had 3,000 hits.
He's
He
the
won a
reason
lot of
Kim.
rings.
He's the reason Kim Ang isn't with the Marlins anymore, and they're going to be doomed to a lifetime of being
And
terrible.
she did a great job.
He hired somebody above her,
Yeah.
and she told him to kick rocks and got a job with the league, as she should have.
She's with the league. Yeah,
She's a trailblazer. She's phenomenal.
Can the Pirates? Can we?
They should, but they're not going to fire their GM. It seems like.
Let's not even get into that.
Yeah, that'd be a whole show in and of itself.
We can't even do it. Yeah, well, that'll be a special After Dark episode.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, let's move on to lines of the night. We even have a black and gold graphic, speaking of the Pittsburgh
Oh.
Pirates, who fired their hitting instructor and their bullpen coach.
That was the
Key.
problem. Yeah.
There's the black and yellow. All right, Matt, what is your line of the night?
My line of the night goes to the NFL, goes to a quarterback comparison.
Okay.
This is one that is not brought up yet, but these are two of the winningest quarterbacks over the last handful of years, and not two guys that are compared often. Brock Purdy and Patrick Mahomes. Look
Okay.
at these numbers since the
Whoa.
start of last year.
Wow.
Same record. Purdy's got almost 500 more passing yards. He's got more touchdowns, less picks, way higher passer rating, and he's averaging a further downfield attempt. Right now, Patrick Mahomes is averaging the shortest attempted pass on average in the NFL. He's averaging 5 yards per attempt this year.
Two reasons, but they're 4-0.
Yeah, hey, you play to win the game.
Travis Kelce still not producing as he should, probably.
How
He's
about,
saving
how
it.
about all the wideouts wearing
And
Travis
right.
Kelce
Last week,
t-shirts
yeah.
like he was gunned down and in the they're like, oh, R.I.P. Travis Kelce. He's just washed now.
I did see the preview for his new game show coming out on Amazon.
Oh God, what's it called?
It's called Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity? It's Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, but it's Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity?
Smarter than Travis Kelce?
Exactly.
Are you smarter than a football player?
By the way, did you watch the premiere of The Floor last
Not
week?
yet. My girlfriend who is that is our show.
I know
she was out of town till last night.
Right.
So tonight
You
is
saved it.
Floor season 2, baby.
It's a good show.
I love you, Rob.
Ryan, what's the pay difference on Purdy and Mahomes, though?
Purdy's still on his rookie
He makes like $600,000 or something a year, right?
Mahomes is getting 40.
That's how much is Purdy going to get?
That's the question.
I think the real question is who's going to give it to him, because the 49ers are strapped for cash right now.
That's going to be an interesting offseason for him. They're going to be like, dude, you were Mr. Irrelevant. Come on.
I know of a team that may need a quarterback after this year.
The Miami Dolphins?
The New England Patriots give up on Drake May already.
Frank,
Yes.
he's making a Purdy penny.
Ah!
Purdy penny, ladies and gentlemen. Start the show over, retitle that graphic.
Rain Ann.
All right. What's your line of the night, Ryan?
Well, we had just mentioned it, the passing of Pete Rose.
Yes.
But this one is a Jay Kuda stat.
Always
making
Wouldn't
things,
be a Punchlines episode without one.
Always making things fun. So if you separate Pete Rose's stats between when he played during the day, when he played at night, if he played on grass, or if he played on turf.
Come on.
All 4 of his batting averages are 303. So
fact check that.
Over 5,000 at-bats during the day, over 9,000 at-bats at night, over 7,000 at-bats on grass, and over 7,000 at-bats on turf.
That seems...
Every single batting average
We've said on this show, both with
303.
Brooksgate and Jay Kuda, it's like, one, how do you think of this stuff? B, how do you find it?
Well, so there was someone that replied to the tweet saying, how did you find this? And his response was, mostly on my phone, sometimes on my computer.
I mean, Brooksgate was very casual about it as well. He's just kind of like, I just kind of think about it.
Look, I was at Costco, and I thought, how close are the major league stadiums to Costco? Let's make a list, and they'll use it on Punchline.
Well, the turf that Pete Rose was playing on was about as hard as the floor that we're standing on right now.
By the way, one of his teammates in Philadelphia, Tug McGraw, they said, Tug McGraw, do you play better on grass or turf? He said, I don't know. I've never smoked turf.
They asked him which he likes.
Right.
He said, what do you like better?
What do you like better? I've never smoked turf.
I've never smoked turf.
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't know that was Tim McGraw's dad until like a year ago.
I think you've admitted this on this show, and I don't want you to admit that again on the show.
I'm not a country guy. I'm not a country guy. Yeehaw.
Unbelievable stat. That's the best line of the night of the week. Okay. I have one too. It's about
not going to be as
the
good.
Miami Dolphins, who we will also be talking about in the Punch Bowl. This is very interesting. Flopping fin. So Mike McDaniel, there was a lot of memes at the beginning of the year how he all of a sudden went from looking like a nerd to a Miami drug kingpin. Because he's like all unshaved, and his hair, he got a perm. I'm not really sure. But anyway, how much time have they led in a game in their first 4 games?
Not a single second.
No way.
Because their one game was a field goal won at the clock with zeros on it.
That is
insane. So they haven't led a game. Now, last year, everyone was, Dolphins scored 70 against Denver, but they never beat a winning team, right? I think last year.
Denver also sucks last year.
And they were they didn't beat a playoff team, but I thought they didn't beat a team with a winning record, maybe even.
They also, people, as they should be, saying the Patriots are one of the worst teams in the NFL. Right now, the Dolphins have the same record at 1-3. They have allowed more points, and they've scored less points.
Yeah.
And it's not particularly close in the points allowed department either.
Look, they're a different team without Tua. I mean...
But imagine a year ago telling someone that Tua Tagovailoa was the linchpin of the Miami Dolphins. They would have told you were crazy.
But I mean, Tyreek Hill's got to be the most frustrated. Apparently, he sped away outside the... No, he didn't.
You think he learned his
honestly,
lesson?
Tom Brady's going to be the quarterback within a week or two.
No.
They were making a big deal out of Tyler Huntley and the fact that he grew up a couple miles away from Hard Rock Stadium.
You mean Pro Bowler Tyler
when he was in
Huntley?
high school, what was that stadium called? That's what they should have done. That stadium's undergone like 8 name changes.
Joe Robbie Stadium, the Orange Bowl when I was a kid.
Dolphin Stadium and then Dolphins Stadium were 2 separate names.
I just don't get it. They haven't made a trade. They got to get somebody.
They got to do something. This just goes to show, though, that there are not that many starting caliber quarterbacks, not even in the NFL, but on the planet.
Isn't Ryan Tannehill still available? No one signed him, right?
Is he better than Tyler Huntley off the couch?
Yes. I don't know.
I mean,
it's Tua do bad. He had to take 4 games, right? He's on the IR for the 4.
Yeah. He has to be gone. He has to be off these next 2 weeks at least.
2 more, yeah.
If I'm him, I sit him the 2 weeks after that. And then the 2 weeks after that, and then the 2 more weeks after that.
You don't play Tua.
No. They need to make a change at quarterback for the future right now.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And Dan Orlovsky had said on ESPN this morning that if you have Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle in fantasy football, you can't start them.
I do, but I still won big over Keith Lau. But you can't. I mean, I know. And A-Chain too. So I have both of them. And, well, A-Chain's going to get
the running backs are probably the only players worth it.
That's not bad. Anyway, moving on from the Dolphins. Those were good lines of the night. Let's move on to the Punch Bowl pundits. Woo! This is the feature sweeping the nation, ladies and gentlemen. We have a very soothing graphic for this, too. It's got very spa-like music to get everyone calm before me, Ryan, and Matt start screaming. Matt picked. Oh, that one popped out. That doesn't mean you have to take it.
That's ineligible.
Okay, ineligible. All right, Punch Bowl pundits. Here we go. We got some topics. Don't forget, picks at 12:36 coming up in about 15 minutes.
That was like Harry Potter's name coming out of the Goblet of Fire, and you guys just threw it back.
What was that?
I said that was like Harry Potter's name coming out of the Goblet of Fire, and you just threw it back in.
I thought he was gonna. I blame Matt. I was gonna go for it.
Oh, should the Dolphins trade away Tyreek Hill?
Boom.
We'll talk about a segue. No. I don't. You would have to find a team that'd be willing to take on a big contract like that.
Steelers will take them.
Will they?
I think they would. They're under the cap. They can make some room.
Back to Kansas City.
Probably, don't say because Rice is out.
No.
Oh. By the way, I saw this stat. I saw this.
Oh.
A player traded from a team
Can't be traded within 2 years.
cannot be traded back within 2 years.
Hassan Riddick situation.
Riddick, but also a Deontay Johnson for the Steelers. Maybe in Carolina, maybe they'd try to get him back. I never knew that.
I didn't know there was a rule about
I didn't know that was a rule.
It just came out today because of why?
The
Riddick. Jets guy.
Yeah.
Because he's not that. The Eagles could take him back.
How do you get traded and then hold out?
Yeah. I know, but the Eagles can't get him back for 2 years. You can't get a player. I never knew that till this morning.
No, that's news to me.
Yeah, very interesting.
I don't think the Dolphins should trade away Tyreek Hill. I know they're going to need to give something up if they want to get a good quarterback, but I think they have other pieces that they could give up that are not Tyreek Hill. And it's a big contract, but I think that he is that offense at the end of the day right now.
Damn, I know. And by the way, he was my number one pick. So.
Of course he was.
Here, we'll do one of these. Here we go. Is the UNLV hype real? They play Syracuse at Allegiant. We were talking about it earlier.
Yep.
Is the hype real?
I mean, it's your answer. I think, yeah.
I think look. I enjoyed watching them play the other day. They're a fun team to watch too.
Yeah. I mean, they reloaded on the defensive backfield, which is what they needed. They went out and very specifically grabbed guys for certain purposes, certain positions. Yeah. They did a really good job. They haven't missed every single transfer guy that they got on that defense. They hit on, which is rare. Malik Williams continuing what they've done with the offense. They've got the deepest running back room in the country, and 2 returning All-American wideouts. Ricky White had the big breakout game last week.
Not bad.
I think they're going to be fine. I'm biased though.
All right, Brian?
And the best special teams in the country, by the way.
I don't know. I think it comes down to their matchup in Boise in a couple weeks, or against Boise here.
100%.
Yeah. But even if they win that game, they still would then have to go beat Boise again in the Mountain West Championship. But it would again be here if they win that game.
I'm sorry to hear that you're not going to be able to make a trip to Boise this year. It's a home game.
Fine by me.
Probably really sad you're not going to be in Idaho.
If they're coming here twice, it means UNLV won the regular season.
Yeah.
So.
If you look at the outline of Idaho, it looks a lot like Minnesota.
I bet it does.
I screwed that up on a show.
The one thing I will say is that if you look at the UNLV schedule, the next 4 weeks, including this week, it's Syracuse, Oregon State, Utah State, and that Boise State game.
Yeah.
The last 4 games are Hawaii, San Diego State, San Jose State, Nevada. Probably 4 of the bottom 5 teams in the conference. If you can get through these next 4 weeks,
playoff.
even if they go 2-2, which I think they'll do better than that, that puts you at 6-2 going into those last 4. A 10-2 record after 12 is just fine if you can win the regular season championship or the Mountain West championship game.
But I think you have to win that Mountain West championship game in order to
100%. 100%.
Right.
Yeah. Whoever wins that Mountain West championship game has, I'll say, a 50-50 shot at worst of getting in.
It's going to be an exciting year. All right, grab another one.
All right, we got another one here. I'll do the one with the X.
Okay.
This was we had
just
special
gave away our whole
instructions.
system, ladies and
Special
gentlemen.
instructions here.
Just means we have. Don't let him see behind the curtain, Matt.
All right, bye, Ryan.
This would have been better with Alex.
I know.
See, last week I said it would have been better with Matt. Were you privy to that? That was on air, wasn't it?
Probably not.
No.
Now, have you said that about
an inside joke.
Have you said that about Jeff with anything? Okay.
Oh man.
Actually, yes. We say it all the time. Save it for Friday for Jeff.
Of course. How impressive was the Lions' win, and what does it mean for Seattle?
I think Seattle's still a good team.
I think it shows how good the Lions are.
Yeah.
I think it shows the Lions still need some defensive work. That was the most. I believe I saw that it was the most first downs in a loss in NFL history.
Come on,
or at
really?
least in the last handful of years.
Yeah, they're not bad. And plus, their offensive line was decimated, right?
Yeah, and
their defensive line.
Detroit was playing a little bit of a softer coverage at the end there. It was a 2-3 score game at times. I mean, it shows that Detroit, with the efficiency of the offense and Jared Goff playing at his best, is a legitimate contender. I think they've got a legitimate shot to win the NFC. And for the Seahawks, I think they're going to be just fine.
And if you look at that box score and you hear that they have the most, you think, oh, Geno Smith must have thrown a completion over 33.5 yards. He did not. That was my pick yesterday.
Oh, no.
Geno Smith, because I figured they're going to be down.
Yeah.
Which they were.
You were right.
Throw it to DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. He never, I think his longest completion was 29. So that was a pick I gave out. That was a loser. Sorry about that. Jared Goff, 44. He had plenty. 70. He had plenty over. But I usually just take one. So anyway, what's your thoughts?
Well, so with Matt's Seahawks point, so the Seahawks did have 38 first downs last night, the most in a loss in NFL history.
Jeez, oh man.
It is the most in a game in the last 10 seasons in the NFL. But with stats for that game,
this is crazy.
Jared Goff did go 18 for 18, having a perfect completion percentage. If you wonder what the odds look like from Next Gen Stats, so it's Jared Goff perfect.
Oh, we love this.
According to Next Gen Stats, it had a 1 in 145 chance based on the routes that Jared Goff ended up throwing to. So 18 for 18, 292 yards, 2 throwing touchdowns, and a receiving touchdown for Jared Goff.
I had Jared Goff on my bench in fantasy. But speaking of Detroit, I saw Keith Lyle sitting in the corner, mouth agape. The Tigers are up 3-0.
Woo!
What happened? Was there a big home run?
No, just a couple of RBI hits.
I'm so locked in on this show, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't even see it. Okay.
Well, before we go to the next one, we do have 2 more based on the Lions game. So
Jared G on the money.
Jared G on the money instead of Jared.
That's a Caden caption.
Jared
money.
G off, G on.
Oh!
Is that you or Caden?
That was me.
Take credit.
Jared Goff is the most profitable quarterback against the spread over the past 9 seasons.
Wow.
So since he entered the league, he is the most profitable quarterback to bet on against the spread. 74, 53, and 2.
I'm confused. So 2 seasons, 17 and 7. That's the last.
In the
last 2 or the last 9.
Over the past 2, over the past 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
That's because people keep doubting him.
They were underrated for a couple of years before the public caught up to it last year. Yeah.
Wow, that is really.
He's always been underrated. Ever since I saw that he had a hot tub in his dorm room at Cal.
He did?
Yeah. Yeah. It might have been inflatable, but there was still ladies in there.
You can get those on Amazon for like $200.
This was like pre-Amazon.
Wait, do you have confirmation there were ladies in there?
If you look up Jared Goff dorm room hot tub.
Ryan.
There we go.
Ryan's fingers are flying on the keyboard.
He's kind of been the man since college.
Oh, my goodness.
And I
Can I get a hot tub?
Can I get a hot tub? I had to look it up last night. He's
too hot for the hot tub. See, that's a generational thing. I went 40 years ago.
He's 29 years old.
Yeah.
I just assumed he was a little bit older. But he's been in the NFL since he should have been a senior in college.
But one of the NFL trades that'll go down in history that both teams benefited.
Yes.
Stafford for Goff.
100%.
Stafford wins a ring. Goff, maybe the sexy pick to win.
In a better situation at the very least.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Wait, Ryan's mouth agape now. Did the Tigers score again, or did you find the hot tub?
No. Are we sure it's Jared Goff, or was it Josh Rosen?
Oh, you know what? It is Josh Rosen. Now that you say that.
Throw to a commercial.
UCLA quarterback.
Although he is in business school at Penn right now.
Is that what Josh Rosen
He's
did?
at the Wharton School right now.
Wow. Well, he wasn't a good quarterback.
One final thing on that Lions win last night. Jamison Williams decided to go to place called El George's Coney Island food spot after the win last night.
Okay, Coney dogs.
Yeah, and signed a jersey for the staff that.
We have that?
there. Yeah,
That's cool.
After a big win, after a 70-yard touchdown, goes to a little dive spot and says hello and thank you to the employees.
I also don't remember the last time I saw a guy start celebrating at the 30-yard line and go untouched. He was nowhere close to anybody.
He ends up signing both sides of the jersey.
That's cool. I hope he got some free Coney. So these are a Detroit dog, the Coney dogs. I forget what makes them a Detroit dog.
Is it just like a chili cheese dog?
Is it chili? I think so, because there was one on the Sunset Strip near the Whiskey A Go-Go, and I would meet friends there. At the D, that's right. The D has one too. The D's for Detroit dogs. What?
Derek
Is that the owner?
Stevens. Yeah.
So he named it after himself?
I mean, I think. Well, the D. He's from Detroit.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
There you go.
Jesus.
At
They
GM
are
money.
the only place that has the old horse racing game, though.
Yep,
So that's
the
why
Sigma
I still
Derby.
Go. That's why we still go. Sigma Derby.
And
baby.
they have the Fortune Cup, which they're taking out of a lot of places. I love the Fortune Cup.
No. Sigma Cup, if you can't get in, 'cause it's only quarters, right?
Yeah.
And it breaks every 10 minutes, but they fix it.
I like playing and I like getting a seat.
Oh, we go all the time. And then you got to go to Fortune Cup, and then it's not as fun.
I'll play Fortune Cup over Sigma Derby every day of the week.
When are we going out?
Wherever we can
Did we
find.
just become best
whenever
friends?
we can find somewhere that has
Yes!
both that isn't always crowded.
Let's do it. Oh, we go all the time.
I love Fortune Cup. They just got rid of it at Cosmo. I was very upset. That was my favorite place because it was right there by the sports book.
It's at the MGM, too. Okay,
Yes.
we'll entertain this. All right. This can change later. But right now, Ryan, give us the AL champ and NL champ. Mic drop.
Who did I pick?
Yankees, Phillies.
You're going chalk.
Oh, well.
You said
Phillies,
yesterday you didn't
Phillies
think both
the 2
would.
seed.
They are.
He's going Aaron Dolan.
I'm not familiar with her. What do you think? Right now, you can change in a couple weeks, but right now, who do you go with?
Well, the one that I wrote down that Alex White had us do, Astros and Dodgers.
Oof.
Astros got to get by the
Another
Tigers.
time of Astros Dodgers in the World Series.
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
The Dodgers have always been my second favorite team.
Yep.
I don't think they have the starting pitching.
Neither do I, but I'm biased.
I know, but I do like I'll go Dodgers or Phillies in the National League. American League, I'm going to stick with Baltimore and the Kansas City Royals as my possibilities.
Well, those two are going to take one or the other out.
That's right. So
in this
whichever
series,
one,
so.
I know. And that's going to be good today. Corbin Burns versus what's his name?
Reagan.
Yeah, Cole Reagan. That's going to be a good game one. And that starts right after our show, right?
Yep.
I'm going to go watch that game and get me a Detroit dog. Do you want to tell? We got a couple. Well, we got
I'll
plenty
do
of
them.
time.
I'll do them. Let's see. I'll do a small one because I think mine's on a bigger sheet of paper. Will the Raiders trade away Devontae Adams?
Oh, is that yours? Your question? That's a good one.
That's a good one. I saw, and this is, such like today reporting. I saw that Antonio Pierce liked some Instagram thing about Devontae Adams having played his last game as a Raider.
What?
If you're a coach, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Whether it's an accident or not, how does that happen? Me, who nobody cares about, will purposely avoid liking and retweeting stuff because I think it could be seen as bad. Antonio Pierce, come on, man. To answer the question, I do think because he came because of Derek Carr.
Yeah.
He was here because of his high school and
They
college
were
buddy,
teammates,
Derek Carr. And what have they surrounded him with? On the offensive side of the ball, what have they surrounded him with? Josh Jacobs took touches away from him, but he made the offense go. Zamir White? Yeah. No, what have they done? They got Brock Bowers, which is a good addition, but he's a rookie. They let the security blanket go as well and Hunter Renfrow.
Yeah.
And Gardner Minshew, I love him.
Yeah.
But he's not a starter right now in the NFL.
He's your backup guy.
He throws like Uncle Rico throws.
Rico. By the way, Detroit Lions are on a bye. That's why we didn't mention their line. We will mention the Las Vegas Raiders. Devontae Adams currently plays for. At Denver, -2.5. Denver, -2.5 favorites.
I hope so. He's my number one wideout in my big money fantasy league.
Well, obviously, anytime I hear a big name wide receiver possibly traded, I immediately think, okay, this is it. He's going to the Steelers.
Yep.
What do they give him? Although the last time the Steelers traded a receiver to the Raiders was Antonio Brown, who never even played a snap for the Raiders. Do you think he's traded, Ryan?
I think so, but I think this situation may be being blown out of proportions. I'm not sure if Antonio Pierce actually liked that Sports Illustrated post. I did try and do the digging and go and actually see if it was still liked by Antonio Pierce.
On that.
It is. Well, it's not.
I know. I'm
He
joking.
either disliked it or unliked it or never liked it to begin with.
Deleted his account.
So yeah, I'm not.
You
not
don't think
sure
Aaron
how
Rodgers doesn't want him in Jets
credible that
green?
report is.
I think he would love that.
Well, that was the rumor this past
I think he kind of alluded to that. Yeah, very specifically.
Yeah. That Devontae that's the only quarterback that he'd want to go reunite with.
Yeah.
We got a few more before picks are coming up in 2 minutes. Who ends the season with a better record, Patriots or Dolphins? This was for Matt Neverett.
That was not for me.
Oh, no, it was for you. I wrote that up just for you because you're a Patriots super fan.
I think a lot of it depends on what happens over these next couple of weeks. If Miami makes a move, even if they get a guy like Zach Wilson, even if they just get anybody.
Does Bryce Young end up in Miami? There's no way, right? I don't know.
The Panthers have said they're not going to move him. They're going to have to make a move. If the Dolphins make a move for a somewhat competent quarterback, like if they trade for Joe Flacco, I could see that. Because Flacco's got it built into his contract this year, by the way, with the Colts, where any game that he any game where he plays over 50% of the snaps and they win, he gets $500K.
So he got $500K this past Sunday?
Darn tootin'.
Oh, my God. What a great
So
agent.
if I'm Joe Flacco, I say, no, I'm staying right here with Anthony Richardson ahead of me.
The reason we say that, Dolphins and Patriots are playing this weekend. It's a pick-em currently, 36 over-under. Yikes.
Oh, God.
I don't know what to think on that.
I would wait for a line move one way or the other.
I would like to see who the quarterback possibly is.
I would wait to see the line movement on that before I made a play.
Ryan, on that one?
Patriots have more wins than Dolphins this year.
You do?
Yeah.
Like what? Like 5-4, which is
Still
fine.
more.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still.
This year's, this year's draft class is not super deep at a lot of premier positions. I've seen like offensive line, super shallow, really shallow wideout class as well. Quarterbacks too. So this is the year to tank if you're the Patriots and you need a lineman.
All right,
Positive I'm looking at.
We're going to speed round these last ones. Buster Posey was announced as the Giants GM. What current player could take over as GM? Current players, you got to look at someone smart. Feel like Freddie Freeman.
I'm trying to think of any Ivy Leaguers. I don't know. Buster Posey is a great hire.
Yeah, he is.
I know he was instrumental in bringing Matt Chapman in there, even when it was on an unofficial basis. Yep. He might be the only GM who is still a better hitter than anyone on the roster.
Yeah, right.
It would have to be a catcher. It would be
usually catchers.
I would say like Austin Hedges or Martin Maldonado is another one.
Very good, Ryan.
I went outside of baseball. Said Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, he's too much of a. There's no way. He's so pompous. He barely won one Super Bowl. All right. Anyway,
you're not going to convince him
that
he's wrong. So
what's that?
Said you're not going to convince him that he's wrong.
Never.
He's going to build the roster the way he wants.
I keep my ayahuasca retreats private.
You never probably saw John Elway as a GM, right? He just didn't seem like the kind of guy.
And then on the other side, John Lynch is like the best GM.
John Lynch, the Trey Lance ordeal.
Yeah.
And then flipping it to the Cowboys and then drafting Pretty Purdy. I named that for his contract. He's going to get a Pretty Purdy.
I like it.
Purdy Penny.
Purdy Penny. Can't even get Ann's references
Damn it. Right. Time for picks at 12:36. And roll graphic. Punchline picks. It's Jeff Parles right here. Listen, you can hear the Parles. At 12:36. Did you hear that? That was him.
You know?
That was him hitting the table.
First time
Time for picks at 12:36. Matt Neverett, what do you got?
Oh, well, one of them I got's not looking very good.
Uh-oh.
I submitted it pre-show. I'm on the Astros, and I'm on the run line.
It's early. It's only the bottom of the fourth.
It is early. It's the bottom of the fourth. Astros are batting right now. Is that Yainer Diaz hitting? I think it is. They're hitting right now, trailing the Tigers 3-0. Bottom of the fourth. I'm on the Astros run line at plus 170. It's the only reason I took that, the run line, or the money line rather. I saw minus 135 right before the show. Not a bad price, actually, in the first game of the playoffs. It's Skubal versus Framber Valdez, the starting pitching matchup. Tigers have been bad against lefties. Yeah, Tigers have been bad against lefties all year, and the Astros come in hot. Not quite as hot as the Tigers, but I think that team of destiny, like the Tigers were, when you take a day or two off going into the postseason, it actually hurts you, especially when you got to travel and go on the road. But if they're going to come back and the Astros hit that run line, a big part of it's going to be because of another play that I threw in there. Jose Altuve, anytime home run at 5-1. He is 4 of 11 coming into this game, career off Tariq Skubal, and has 14 postseason home runs since 2020 alone.
And he is wearing the chest wire, so maybe.
Yeah, of course. He also has the third most postseason at bats ever.
Really?
Behind Derek Jeter and Bernie Williams. Now, keep in mind, they played 2+ more playoff series a year than they did, in the Babe Ruth era. They basically just had the two best teams playing a 7-game series, so it's kind of a skewed metric. But Altuve is one of the best postseason hitters of all time. Yeah. So that game right now is, again, 3-0 Astros with the runner on first and one out in the fourth.
Long way to go.
My other one is on the Brewers. I am going to completely fade the Mets today and in the series.
I've been traveling a lot.
They've been traveling.
They went Milwaukee to Atlanta, back to Milwaukee.
Talk about a hell of a day yesterday.
Yeah.
They had to win. They had to win. Played that doubleheader at the eyes of the nation on them. The game of the year in game one of that doubleheader, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm on the Brewers in the first game of this one at minus 135. And I took the Brewers series price as well, also at minus 135. They had yesterday off as well.
Right.
Mets had to play that doubleheader and then travel, where most of the Mets regulars also played in both games of that doubleheader.
And again, I see them celebrating with the champagne and beer. Were they imbibing? I don't know. I hope the coach said, the manager's like, guys, you can shoot it all over. You can spray it. You can have fun with the celebration, but don't drink it. Anyway.
Did you see when the Tigers clinched what it was Jason Benetti interviewing Tariq Skubal?
Yeah, and he did the fountain.
He goes, who's going to get after it hardest the most? And Skubal goes, me, I don't have to pitch tomorrow.
Yeah, and he does the fountain. Do we have that?
And then he goes, me.
Yeah.
By the way, he's up 3-0, and he's a Triple Crown winner.
And he goes, you just don't like to lose.
Ryan, did you look? Do you have anything?
Well, I was looking at something in that Mets-Brewers game, but I decided to stay off because of the hangover, as well as in the later game between the Braves and Padres. But I will go to the other baseball game starting immediately after our show. I will take the Baltimore Orioles minus the 140.
Corbin Burns at home.
Corbin Burns against the Royals.
That's why they got him. This is why they got him. But tell me about that pesky Royals team. I'm going against. I like the Padres. I think the Braves going through that exhausting doubleheader, traveling all the way to California. Padres and Twins were my 2 second half teams. I said Twins.
Padres had the best record from the All-Star break until now.
I like the Padres. It's only mine. I have it at around 155, minus 155 Padres.
It is now minus 180.
Minus 180. Okay, well, is Kevin Brown now pitching? Who's pitching for? Kevin Brown played there.
Smith Shother.
30 years ago. Anyway, I like the Padres at home. I think the Padres are. I didn't mention them, but I'd love to see Padres. It's Padres, Dodgers, Padres. I can't. I'm a Dodger fan, but I like their uniforms.
I mean, one way or another, Padres and Dodgers or Padres and Braves is going to be a good postseason series.
All right, there's our picks, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck. If you have a pick, let us know. Jerry Trevino played at the Whiskey A Go-Go. Yeah, there's a Detroit dog place right there. JR Sigma Derby rules.
Yes, it does.
I saved my quarters just for that. You should see the coin holder in my car. Raiders said they are exploring trading options for Adams today. I hate this team. Said, that was Nick. What's up, Nick? Met Nick on Saturday. Good dude. He's a big Raiders fan. We watched the Raiders beat the Browns together, which was great. They're exploring trades. Russell Wilson to the Dolphins. That is a name that has popped up, but the Steelers can't do that because we don't know.
Well, is he going to? I can see it now. If they make that trade, the image we're going to get is Russell Wilson. You know how they land him on the runway and they get him walking off and they shake all the hands. Russell Wilson's already going to be in a full uniform, shoulder pads, helmet, eye black, and everything.
Do you mean Russell Wilfin?
Oh, right out of the and playbook.
Spin.
Watch your drink. Watch your drink. Oh God.
Will Finn, Viking pins.
There you go.
Russell
you got it with
Wilfin. I trademark it right now. Get that. When it happens, I'll make money like Pat Riley. Where were we?
Couldn't you see him doing that though?
Oh yeah, totally.
Showing up in full uniform.
He's like a little kid. He wants to wear the uni. Today's Rocktober 1st, 2024. And it's okay. There's a lot of international days. Okay. You'll like this one. International Coffee Day. National Hair Day. You like that one too?
I do like that one.
International Raccoon Appreciation Day.
Love that one.
International Raccoon Appreciation Day.
Oh, yes.
National Homemade Cookie Day. International Day of Older Persons. Save your jokes. National Black Dog Day. CD Player Day. Ryan, did you ever have a CD player?
Yeah.
Matt?
Of course.
I guess you're not that young.
Well, the CD shelf life, as far as their popularity, is very, very small. Vinyl has taken over in terms of physical media over CDs now, yeah. Sausage
Day. World Postcard Day, National Fire Pup Day, International Music Day, World Vegetarian Day, Bat Appreciation Month, celebrity birthdays, former President Jimmy Carter,
he's 100.
He's 100 years old today, oldest living president ever.
First president ever to get to 100, yeah.
Still wants to travel. He was in hospice. He had brain cancer. Turned out it was from skin cancer that worked, but they did some experimental drug. He's still going.
Not too many people make it out of hospice alive.
Exactly. And co-star with Keith Lyle of The Hangover, Zach Galifianakis turns 55. So we put him in the AI machine.
All of them?
What do we got? We put them all in there. Let's see. Oh my God!
Oh, that's disgusting.
Zach Galifianakis, who has a Sausage Day. He's got a raccoon.
He missed his mouth there.
Jimmy Carter drinking coffee on International Bat Day.
Is he getting a haircut?
And then that looks more like Walter Mondale than Jimmy Carter.
Is that Bush Sr. giving him a haircut?
It possibly is. Because it's International Hair Day as well.
Is he like picking through for bugs?
Caden, excellent job. That's one of the best. The little International Raccoon Day.
It's the dude from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah. Well, Bradley Cooper did the voice. Yeah. It ties into The Hangover.
Wow.
Lines intertwining, Ryan. You get it. Okay. It's time for Post with Punchline. Sound the horn, Ann. Let's do it.
Sound it.
By the way, I just had a little quick note here to point out. Top 10 jersey sales. You don't have anything about that in Post today, do we? Shohei's number one again.
Naturally.
Here's the order. 1, Shohei, then Bryce, then Judge, then Mookie, then Lindor. Acuna Jr. Rounding out the bottom 4, Soto is at 6, Altuve at 7, all extra small size. Like Tatis Jr., number 10, I'm shocked by.
Yeah.
No, number 10. Ready? No, I didn't yet read it yet. Nolan Arenado.
Interesting. Well, what other card are you going to buy?
I don't know, Goldschmidt or Molina. I don't know. All right, Ryan, time for a post. What do we got?
So we're actually going to go to the WNBA world, being that an announcement was made last night.
Caitlin Clark?
No. Or did I say WNBA?
Okay? You said WNBA.
I meant the NBA.
The NBA, the association.
Yeah. The Clippers are extending their last call from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. specifically for a VIP section of the Intuit Dome.
Wait a second.
This is also changing California legislature.
Yes, it is.
Because the last call in California is 2 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
The Intuit Dome, this one VIP room, is now the only place in California that can serve alcohol until 4 a.m. Why? Because Steve Ballmer's wife gave $1 million to Gavin Newsom.
Wow.
We're getting political.
Wow.
I don't. Who? By the way, who can afford that VIP room? It's going to be big stars.
Why are they going to be there until 4 a.m.?
That's my point.
Los Angeles' hottest nightclub is the VIP room in Intuit Dome.
First of all, nothing good happens after 2 a.m. That's Jim Rome always said that. Everyone says that. But again, no one that is in that is not out till 4 a.m.
There's definitely not going to be a game until 2 anyway.
No, I mean, how many overtimes can you go?
Yeah, really. I think as an American, you should just let the bar stay open as late as or as early as they want. I remember being in LA last winter when UNLV was playing Pepperdine, and I went out to a little
tough gig there, Malibu.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
And then we went to Daytona Beach immediately from there. We went to a little shindig downtown with one of the color commentators. And it was maybe like 4 or 5 a.m. And we're like, oh, this is great. And they're like, oh, yeah, it's also illegal. The cops are on the way. We all got to leave right now.
Well, if you call it an after-hours club, there's like ways around. There's little loopholes.
Exactly what
and
it
stuff.
was, yeah.
Yeah, but by the way, I just wrote down, first time the word shindig has ever been used on the show. Always first with Matt Neverett somehow. That's ridiculous, but good for them. 4 a.m. No, but that means employees have to work.
Yeah.
Like, what shift did you get? Oh, I come in for the game at 6, and I'm here till 5.
Yeah, normally it's like, oh, alcohol sales cut off halfway through the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Except for if the 12 of you in that room, you're good.
Yep.
If you're rich and famous.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. By the way, okay, never mind. I'm not going to do it. Go ahead. It was a joke. I'm going to skip.
So now we go to college basketball. University of Kentucky is going.
They can drink till 4 a.m.?
They can, actually.
Moonshine?
They probably do.
Yeah, they do.
Don't stop. But they are actually, for their season promotional with their women's and men's basketball teams, they are going to bring in a special court, just like the one we saw for the NBA All-Star game, the one that kind of lights up and does all these special things. So Kentucky's court is going to look like that.
That's awesome.
Was it John Calipari holding this back?
Now, do they still do Midnight Madness college basketball? They still do that. When does that happen? That's like
midnight. It's usually
Thanks for watching Live and About
it's
every
usually
show.
like the
See
week
you tomorrow
before the
with Alex
season.
White.
Usually like about a week or a couple days.
It's like
season starts in about a month.
That's what I mean. It's in October usually. October,
mid-October or so. At midnight someday.
Oh, I think we had a bunch of videos last year from some Midnight Madness stuff.
Crazy.
Anyway, that floor is awesome.
I think Kentucky started that. If not, they're the most notorious for it.
That's what I remember as a kid. Okay. Very cool. Yeah. So we're talking stadiums.
Let's go.
2 stadiums in a row. I like it.
Yep. But now we're gonna get into our baseball chunk. Shout out to the umpire auditor on Twitter for putting together a collection of the worst strike 3 calls in Major League Baseball this season. So here are the top 10.
How many involve Angel Hernandez?
Angel Hernandez actually has the worst.
He has number one.
Of course, the Pirates got robbed a lot.
He only umped half a season.
Eesh. Hunter Windelstead.
He's one of the oldest ones.
Yep, just like his dad. Exactly. Lance Diaz, one of the older umpires. This is going to be a theme. I don't know the name Ryan Willis.
Is younger.
I don't know that name. And those Boston yellow uniforms. Do you like those?
They're going to make him a part of their full set now, so you better like them.
It's for the marathon, right?
It's the colors of the marathon, yeah.
Harry Windelstead. Yes, that was the
Hunter
dad.
Windelstead sucks.
Yeah.
He's the most combative umpire outside of C.B. Buckner.
No, C.B. Buckner, that guy. Makes you long for Cowboy Joe West.
Skeens.
He got a couple breaks. He's already getting breaks as a rookie. I love it.
He got
almost
Hunter Windelstead called one like that as a ball and then told him to get back on the mound and yelled at him. Yeah.
Remember that? And he kind of, because he was smiling.
That was Windelstead.
Yep.
Combative.
That's right.
And
here we go.
There we go.
What are we doing almost
here?
7 inches off the plate.
Crap.
Thank you, Angel Hernandez. Good riddance. Baseball doesn't miss you.
They literally said he might have started blowing calls to get the payoff. I don't know if that's possibly true, but
Now they settled, so there's no way he got everything.
I don't know. He got $500,000 like Joe Flacco for the he played half bad calls.
Yeah.
All right. What's next?
Flacco's been good.
What's that?
Flacco's been good.
Flacco's been good. I don't want to talk about Joe Flacco. All right. Let's move on to an OptaStats, our friends over there.
OptaStats. This one is for the Braves making the postseason. They are the first team to ever make the postseason when 3 of their opening day starters are finished the final regular 35-plus games of the season
that's
and
crazy.
missed the postseason on the IL. It did happen to the Twins last year, but Buxton ended up coming back in the postseason. So the Braves, first team to do it this year.
Was hurt? What?
Losing Strider in beginning of April.
Yeah, you thought they were done with Strider and Acuna.
End of May, and losing Austin Riley.
And Austin Riley
in the
too.
Middle of August.
And then Chris Sale the day of, and
again, they're a great. They constantly have winners. I hate them, but you got to respect that. Braveheart, good one.
I like it.
But I mean, I forgot about Austin Riley even being out.
he was going to be the best third baseman in the league this year if he was healthy.
Unbelievable. All right. Moving on. Here we go. We got some Padres stuff. What do we got?
Now we go to the only player in Major League Baseball history to win a batting title in 3 consecutive years with 3 different teams, winning it in 2022 with the Twins, 2023 with the Padres, or 2023 with the Marlins, and 2024 with the Padres.
And this year, Shohei couldn't catch him.
Yeah, I'm a little bit upset about that.
Yeah, a Triple Crown would have been nice to see, but this guy just smacks the ball. Not a lot of power. I don't think he struck out for like 117 at-bats or something this year.
Yeah, it was a while.
It was the longest since Juan Pierre.
Wow, what a
went
name.
a long time. Yeah, but San Diego, he has a chance to win it again next year, but the Padres aren't getting rid of this.
He's got to go to a 4th different team, yeah.
Oh, I love that you have. I was going to talk about this. All right, let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, so my pick of the day was the Baltimore Orioles money line.
But
returning to the Kansas City Royals lineup is Vinny Pasquantino.
That's
the
excellent.
Royals tweeted this graphic on the right side of your
tremendous.
screen of his hands and Sasquatch's body because he is the Pasquatch, and the Pasquatch returns today.
Now you might think this is edited or Photoshopped. That's just actually his chest. He hasn't been in the public eye for a while.
He's Italian. He's a hairy Italian guy.
The chain tells you all you need to know.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It's a big even if he goes
it's a big boost.
Even if he goes 0 for 4 today, tomorrow, whatever,
it's a boost.
He's a huge boost for that
Yeah,
clubhouse.
I agree. I don't know. I've been saying Orioles all year, but I like the Royals too. So whoever wins that series for the American League, I'll root for.
We're all going to root against the Yankees anyway.
Yeah, the evil empire, no way.
Okay, so
because they're fans. It's their fans that I hate more than anything.
Yep.
I know you're a Red Sox guy. Your fans suck too.
I hate their fans. It's just the same.
So we had talked about Luis Arias winning the batting title in 22, 23, 24. Now we're going to go to a former Marlins teammate in Jake Berger. In 2022, 2023, and 2024, he's batted .250. Meaning that the Burger has batted a quarter pounder.
Oh, very nice.
You know what? Put in the top 10. Have we started the posting yet on that?
No, we haven't.
Put that in the top 10. Someone start a top 10 list. That is tremendous. Who is the guy?
I'm looking at it right now. Chris Davis with a K.
You know what I was going to say? 248?
247.
Oh, I was so close.
From 2015 through 2018.
Yeah.
In 2018, he also led Major League Baseball in home runs with 48. But yeah, 247 for 4 straight years. We'll see if Berger can go 250 for the 4.
And Chris Davis with the K.
With a K.
Yeah, Matt, we're in each other's
when he
brains
left
right
baseball, it was kind of unceremonious, and he still had something left in the tank. I actually got a chance to meet him last year and talk to him. He works as an auto mechanic now. He said he's never been happier in his life. It also helps that he can do whatever he wants with a couple of big contracts, but that I digress. Everyone who's got millions in the bank seems to be very happy with whatever they're doing currently.
And do you know where he's going to be hanging out? The Intuit Dome at 4 a.m. He'll be there in the lounge.
Getting a quarter pounder.
And get a quarter pounder. That was excellent. All right, what do we got?
You know what else is fun about the quarter pounder? What's today's episode number?
250.
It's
episode
Oz the
250.
Mentalist. O's the Mentalist.
By the way, every time I come across that guy's videos, I don't care if they're 4 minutes.
Amazing.
I'm watching the whole thing.
The one with the Bills was
the Josh Allen one with the jersey numbers,
with the
88 and
ATM
50.
pin code.
He knew a guy's pin code. This guy, can we get him in here? And get Oz the Mentalist for Thursday. All right, Vincent. And the guy's amazing. I love him.
The pin code matched the jersey.
8850. The Dawson. Yeah, I don't know how he does it. All right, we digress.
Okay, so now we're going to go away from baseball, but depending on where you buy your quarter pounders, they're Could be cheap, but the Utah Hockey Club has released their concession prices for this coming season. You can get hot dogs, popcorn, water, and a couple other items for $2 or $3 at a professional sporting event. When was the last time you saw that?
I don't know. I know the Atlanta Falcons.
They did some
cheap. They're known for having.
They're known for Arthur Blank. Very, very cheap.
I'm at a lot of minor league baseball stadiums.
That's true.
Even those prices are crazy.
But by the way, the fan friendly. They got $2. What is it? Hot dogs? What is it? Now that's because half the stadium can't see the entire ice. By the way, have you seen that?
The viewpoints.
There's one where you're behind, you can't even see the other net.
Now, my question with the fan-friendly concessions, I got to ask. They are in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
What's the beer price look like?
Ryan?
Also, what kind of beer?
They've got that
what's
the popular beer in Utah? 3-2
water?
beer? What do you got?
Milk?
Yeah.
Is it Busch Light? Busch Light?
Yeah,
What are we talking about?
Busch.
Ryan's the only one of us that's ever lived there.
I know. I drove through there.
Pretty popular. They're all pretty garbage. I'm not going to lie to you.
That's good.
Anyway.
That's a good one.
Okay.
The Utah Hockey Club.
Yeah.
When are we going to find out the name?
Just name them the Yeti.
It's going to be the Yeti. It'll be the Yeti. Okay, so the final push for you today is actually going to look back at football this past weekend. For the first time in NFL history, the Giants and Jets played a home game, same week, same stadium, but neither scored a touchdown.
Imagine being from that area and going to both of those games, having to sit through the rain on both occasions.
The Mets outscored them.
Yeah, except for last night.
Oh, your jersey is showing. That's just sad.
That's great.
That is just sad. You
got to wait 2 hours in traffic to get out there, sit in the rain, and
you gotta
watch
walk over Jimmy Hoffa's body buried in the end zone.
Daniel Jones play football.
That's a good one. Was that the last one? Sorry?
Yeah.
Oh, good. We have a couple things being filled. So anyway, mini dart. Tom Brady hated him. I hated Tom Brady until he finished with Tampa. Keith Lau, 4 a.m. The LA traffic is better. This is true. Hoosier Hysteria is IU's version of Midnight Madness is October 18th. I think JR might have went there. Angel was good for the unders. A lot of people in the chat room. Quick thing for you, speaking of baseball. We weren't. 7 teams have never drafted overall number 1. Give them to me. Matt and Ryan, go for it.
Oh, the Yankees got to be there.
They are not.
Sorry, I Red Panda. What?
Oh yeah, 7 teams have never drafted overall number 1 in the baseball draft because they have the lottery again. The White Sox, even though they have the worst record, can do no better than 10th.
Lottery's brand new too, so there's some weird intricacies.
The Rockies, I think, have the best shot.
I'm going to say the Red Sox.
The Red Sox have never had a number 1 pick.
They have not finished dead last in the American League since the 30s, even with some of their bad teams recently.
Give me some other teams. Go. Proud franchise.
Not the Pirates.
No.
Cardinals.
Cardinals have never drafted number 1.
Cubbies?
No.
The Cubs.
Oh, come on. Cubs?
Yeah.
The other teams
They suck forever.
The Rockies.
Interesting.
The Rockies haven't?
Unless the expansion draft, I think they did take a guy named David Need or something.
Asterisk right there.
Yeah, the Rockies haven't. The Dodgers have not. That's no surprise.
Yeah.
The Giants, the Reds, and the Toronto Blue Jays.
So literally just all the oldest teams and then the one in Canada.
Yeah, right. And the Reds too. That's pretty impressive.
The Reds are the oldest team.
Yeah. We had a clip 100 shows ago. Should we show it? I mean, we put it together. What do you think? All right. We were just talking about Utah hockey, so we're going to show this clip. We'll come back and close. This is probably only a minute. Here's comedian friends of mine, John Knight and Fraser Smith, LA legend. They were playing the Brad Garrett Comedy Club. Stopped in and told this. We talked about the Utah Hockey Club. As you know, the Utah Jazz moved from New Orleans years ago, and they kept the name Jazz because there's no...
Which makes no sense.
And
the Lakers kept the Lakers from
Minnesota. The Clippers, San Diego, kept the Clippers.
Kept the Clippers. That's kind of,
yeah. Not as bad as the other ones.
Yeah, not as bad. No, Utah Jazz is the dumbest thing of all time. So anyway, Utah's getting a team. So here we go. Here are some possible names. Ryan, why don't you run down a few of your favorites?
Yeah, so they've got trademarks filed for all of these.
These all have trademarks.
Yes, they're allowing fans to vote on these.
Ooh, the ice.
So yeah, Venom, Ice, Freeze, Fury, Blizzard, Blast.
But they're not going to do Blizzard.
Mountaineers, the Caribou, the Frost, the Outlaws, the Canyons, the Mammoth, the HC, Glaciers, Squall,
HC, stupid.
Powder, Hive, Yeti, Swarm, and Black Diamonds.
Any favorites on those?
They all kind of suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going with the cock down the aisles. No. How about the wives?
I'll go with that. Go 2 cocks.
Yeah, the 2 cocks.
Get the register that.
The 2 wives.
Trademark that, right? The 2 wives. Two Cocks.
Come on, it's Utah.
Yeah, it's Utah.
I like Utah Ice. Blizzard, no way. John, Utah Mountaineers. Every time I see the name Mountaineers, I think of you.
Oh, for my
A joke you used to do.
the joke. I still
do. It still
when
works.
I have to do 3 hours on cruise ships, that's one of my openers.
Could you do it for us?
Yeah, I'll
please?
do it.
Okay.
I can't say the word, right?
You should.
I'll change it.
Right, change
no,
it.
so the mountain. First time I worked West Virginia, my first ever road gig, and there was a guy sitting down front. He had a WVU shirt on. Their team is the Mountaineers, and their slogan is "How about them ears?" Which I didn't know. I said, "Hey, WVU, they're doing well this year." He says, "Yeah, how about them ears?" I said, "Up yours, look at your nose."
My man, John Knight from Pittsburgh and Fraser Smith, who I worked with a bunch of times in L.A. They're at the Brad Garrett Comedy Club. I'll be there this Sunday night for one show at 8 p.m. I got to be watching the Dallas-Pittsburgh game. I think I'll be able to see the Steelers up 34-10, and then I can relax in the fourth quarter. I don't know.
4 points, my God.
I know. There's going to be a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, that's the only way they're getting there.
You son of a... Okay. Any closing words, Matt? What do you got? Any closing
and
thoughts?
after that, I don't know if
Did
I have
you learn
anything.
anything from today?
Did I learn anything? Yes. What did I say I hadn't heard yet? There was one stat that I hadn't heard yet. Oh, the rule, the trade rule.
Yes,
in
you
the
can't,
NFL.
you can't trade a guy back. That was
I
educational.
did learn that today.
Ryan, anything?
Gonzaga is leaving the WCC.
How about that?
Is going to the Pac-12.
The Pac-12.
Is the 8th member of the Pac-12, but
No
they
football.
still need an 8th football team in order to be an
Gonzaga
official
doesn't have
conference.
football, right?
Correct.
Mountain West is also adding UTEP and Texas State today. Gets them back to where they need to be. And just takes they're trying to get more Texas teams too.
What else could the Pac-12 get? They need somebody. Pepperdine? What are they going to get?
gonna
Pepperdine doesn't have
UNLV.
football.
I know.
Most of the West
They
Coast
have a surfing team, I
Most
believe.
of California doesn't have football teams. Like Big West, WCC, most of those schools don't have football.
Interesting. We will be back tomorrow with Alex White. Will be here Thursday. Comedian Bill Dwyer, who hosts the BattleBots live show and also hosted a game show I was a contestant on many, many years ago. Very funny. Bill Dwyer will be here Thursday, and Friday, a Jeff Parles show, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! We got Jeff Parles. Thank you to Vincent and Drew Dog over there. And Ann, any parting words, closing thoughts? Do you like the Utah team to be called the Utah Blizzard?
The Blizzard.
And then?
Only.
If the stadium gets sponsored by DQ. So
There you
it's
go.
the Blizzard at the DQ
At the DQ Arena. I like
Queen
it.
Arena with the
And as he drops the papers, he does his sign off. Lines, live in Nevada, every show.